guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm still here at the Texas State Fair for 2024. And of course, I had to stop at the GMC booth because of this big boy right here. What is it? This is the 2025 updated, changed up Yukon Denali. This particular one is a little bit of a celebration. It is the 25th anniversary Yukon Denali. But before we get into it, let me talk about what's going on here. So when you look at full-size SUVs, you have some major players. The Yukon is one of those. This is basically the corporate sibling to the Chevy Tahoe. What I like about GMC is that they have unique styling, and over the last few years, they've upped the ante when it comes to luxury. So what I want to find out is, and Lori is going to light us up a little bit with her great camera skills and show us all the details of what this Yukon Denali is all about. So let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out, is this that luxury SUV full size that you want to buy? Let's go ahead and check it out. Right off the bat, love the new look. They went through and they reshaped the headlight housing. Now, the other one wasn't bad, but now what you're finding is that they really made it a little bit more modern. So you're gonna have your LED daytime running lamps, turn signals, and then I love the way that they did this triple stack to their LED projector beam headlights. Now working our way down, a little bit of gloss black, nothing too crazy. We do have LED fog lamps. And because this is the Denali trim, you are gonna see a little bit more of that shiny accents, but there's ways to get around that with other trims, even all the way up to the Denali Ultimate. Now, when we come across that grille, I'm so glad that they toned it down a little bit on the Yukon Denali. So you have your GMC badge in that nice smoky black with the chrome outline, gloss black through the whole upper grille with the aluminum perimeter. And you know how I was telling you about style? The shape of the grille is unique to GMC. And remember, GMC, we're talking about General Motors Truck Company. You do have a forward-facing camera, of course, and then working our way down, I like the way that they accentuated the lower bumper area. I am gonna have to zonk these fake vents. So that's a little bit of a zonk, but that aluminum on the lower lip, just enough to give it some nice, distinct pop. Now, as we rise back up, you do have that aircraft carrier size hood. Nice large hood, but what's interesting is when you're behind the wheel, it doesn't feel like a supersized vehicle. So if you're trying to maybe get rid of your smaller terrain and step up to a Yukon, it's gonna be a little easier to drive than you think, especially with new technology. Depending on the trim, you could actually option in night vision to help you drive down those dark country roads. Now, coming around the bend, what do we got going on? All new wheels and tires. These wheels are specific to the 25th anniversary. Love that gloss black finish, very unique design, and I hope you're sitting down. First time ever on a GMC Yukon, 24-inch wheels. Now, what I like about this particular trim is not only the wheel package and the tire package, but also look at the brakes. We have BREMBO 6-piston performance calipers. That tomato sauce red really pops nicely from behind the wheel. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the tire? You're looking at 285 on the width and a 40 series sidewall. It almost looks like a rubber band wrapped around that 24-inch wheel. MagneRide suspension has been retuned for 2025. And then as we rise back up, you're gonna get a very nice, simple, classy GMC badge right on the fender. Now, underneath the hood, you're still gonna get your 3 different flavors of engines. You're gonna have, of course, the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8, 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8, or gonna be coming a little bit later once they unveil it, is gonna be an updated Duramax turbo diesel engine. More power, more torque for whatever you need. Now, coming down the rest of the vehicle, we do have our power folding mirror caps, gloss black, LED turn signals, and 360-degree cameras. Love the way we have the Denali name pops nicely on that pearlescent white. Little bit of silver trim that runs along the bottom, and you'll notice that the running boards are in the lockdown position. These are actually automatic, which means that when the doors close, they will automatically pull back into the body. we actually asked the people here at GMC to leave them in the lockdown position to give you an idea of how large they are. Now up top, you do have your aluminum style roof rail. You could get crossbars for a cargo basket. Shiny bright metalwork, top and bottom of the window openings on the door handles. And I like the way they blended it in with some of that pearlescent white. Now coming towards the rear, one of the great things about the Yukon is that it is rear-wheel drive based, but of course we have that 4x4 that's gonna get the traction to the ground. Swinging around back, just like we started up front, you're gonna see some changes. New updated LED, full LED taillights. Love the way there's no exposed wiper. It's tucked underneath that long roof spoiler. And then just like up front, they did a great job of just bringing a little bit of silver trim. That Denali name and the gloss black, I mean, it pops. It pops very nicely. And then check it out. Yukon, GMC, of course. And then dropping it like it's hot, we have unique quad tip exhaust, nice rounded square tips, staggered tips. And then of course you have all of your towing capability, over 8,000 pounds of towing. And it all comes down to what the actual number is, what engine you choose. But they're all bolted to a 10-speed automatic transmission. But why don't we get inside and see what big changes are in store for this big size GMC. All right guys, we are inside this 2025 GMC Yukon Denali, very special 25th anniversary edition. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much is this? Because I really want to get in one of these. Well, if this was a Denali Ultimate, you're basically looking at an MSRP of $103,000, but it's not. So it's gonna be sub $100,000. What the exact price is, we will have to wait and see, because this is the 25th anniversary edition, which hasn't even been announced yet. We're bringing it to you first, but let's see what 2025 is all about when you say Yukon to your SUV. To the door panels, love the material. You have all dark finish, soft touch material that's real open pore wood, little bit of silver, just a little bit of gloss black, and then check out the special crisscross applesauce stitching on the mid armrest there. I like the way they're, like I said, bringing more luxury. You do have a nice size center pocket for a Krispy Kreme burger. That's where you get 2 Krispy Kreme donuts and put a nice slab of beef in the center. And then the door pocket, very nice size to where you could get your deep fried enchiladas and a large surge to wash it down. Now going from the door panel to the dash, love the open pore wood. Look at the way they did the texture on the top of the dash. Very, very classy. One thing that they really focused on was actually lowering this part of the dash for the passenger, and that's why you'll see the difference in the height, is they wanted the passenger to have a better view out the windshield, so they actually lowered that part of the dash. Now, on the side, you do have all your great stitching. You're still gonna have your pocket here for a couple bags of peanut M&Ms. And then as you slide on in, all new infotainment system, 16.8 inch. Love the portrait style. Of course, you have your whole Google suite of apps, including Google Maps. Very intuitive. We could turn on the camera. Look at that. I actually paid that guy to stand there and shake his arm around with his GoPro. So nice to see that. And then I could go every different angle, 20 different ways from Sunday. Same thing here. We had to pay these models to actually watch what's going on. Working our way down, you do have a real volume knob, which is nice. Love the way they work the AC vents with that portrait style. But check this out. Open that up. You have your felt lining. You could put your gold Rolex watch in there so you're not wearing it at the fair and you get all sorts of, special dipping sauce all over it, and it locks on down. Working our way downtown, you do have the real toggle switches for your AC controls, dual climate, heated seats and ventilated seats, and then more of that wood. There is a ginormous amount of gloss black, but here's how most people are gonna drive. You're gonna drive like this. Open this up, lift that up. We got wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A, 2 cup holders, and then there it is, that Denali name, Mount Denali, one of the tallest mountains in the world. Open it up. It's a little shallow. The reason why is that we do have the power sliding center console. So you actually slide this, And this is where you could actually have more room to put whatever you want there. And a nice sliding tray for accessibility. And then to finish it off, the seats. They updated the leather, the piping, the Denali embroidery, the stitching, full power assist for the passenger, full power assist for the driver, and then up top you do have a nice large panoramic sunroof, plus a digital rear view mirror, and yes, that is real official Texas hay bales from a local ranch. They're not flown in from Florida. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I got the Denali name on this steering wheel I want to show you. Coming over. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. Please excuse the beeping. Obviously, we're at the Texas State Fair, and we do have this in the on position, so I could show you all the goodies. Down below, you do have that really nice Denali sill plate. Even the floor mats, much different than what you would find in a Chevy Tahoe. Just a lot more detail. You do have, of course, your full power seat settings. No massage seats in this Denali. You got to go up to Ultimate. Plenty of room in here. This is a full size, of course. Love the steering wheel. You got your Super Cruise, that autonomous driving. We do have paddles on the back of the wheel to go up and down that 10-speed automatic transmission. And look at what we have here, our 4x4 controls, hill descent control, your 360-degree camera, even shut off that pesky auto start-stop feature. On the wheel, I love the way it's all flat black. You do have a heated steering wheel, and then that beautiful dash there, which I could scroll through a cornucopia of displays. Look at that. That is really, really nice how they have all of that set up very easily, even optional night vision and a head-up display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the mid-row and the third row and see if the Denali is bringing it big. All right, guys, mid-row time. And this is where, when you go full size, you're getting all this great passenger volume. I love the way the mid-row seats have that great crisscross applesauce stitching, just like up front, beefy armrest. And that's actually Texas rattlesnake skin. Love the way that they did that special for Texas. You have your large entertainment screens, all touchscreen capable. You could watch Raiti's rides in the back seat. Love the pockets here because this is where you could put all sorts of magazines. So let's just say the power goes out in the vehicle and you're sitting on the side of the road. You're gonna wanna bring some books and some magazines because none of your electronics are gonna work while you're waiting for the tow truck. You do have a command center, which is great, 2 cup holders. You have your digital AC controls, USB-Cs, HDMI, and a home power source. So that's really nice. Sitting here, the seats are comfy, they slide, and of course they recline, which is great. And then we're just gonna hop. We're just gonna do a hop, skip, and a jump into the third row. Watch this. Boom, shakalaka. Very, very comfortable as soon as you get the headrest out of your head. Nice and comfortable. They actually give you a little soft touch material back here, which the Tahoes don't do. So soft touch, USB-C, and 2 little snack holders for some fried egg rolls, which they have over on the midway section over there. But let's get into the cargo area because we need to wrap it up from Texas. All right, guys, time to get in the cargo area. Hit the button. Love the lights, the way it illuminates. Come on in. You're going to be greeted to over 16 cubic feet of space with the seats up. Of course, we have a little bit of storage. This is where you could hide all your deep fried Oreos and Twinkies. And then on the passenger side is where you're going to find all the switch gear to put the seats down and a home power source, which is nice. And to put the seats down, it's just one touch operation. Look how easy that is. I'll leave one up and one down just to really give you an idea of the space that it frees up. But these are the things that we like to bring to you from the auto shows, from the Texas State Fair. I can't wait to do the first drive. We're gonna be doing the first drive very soon, so make sure you're back here for when we're throwing the keys and go for a spin in this vehicle. But let me know what you think. It's big, there's big changes, but you're still getting that have it your way from GMC with the different engine options and that new technology. But let me know what you think about how GMC changed this Yukon. Do you like it? Or are you gonna go somewhere else with your money? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Got to give it up to LG Raiti, working that camera like the champ that she is. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.